might just start like backing up.
Ooh.
You just start really just walking over there. Let me see something real quick. Let's start talking to me.
Rico. Hey man, they pulling up in BMWs though. That's a little different from when we were coming.
So this is their main campus. This is Indiana University. We're doing our college breakdown. Indiana University, Bloomington. So they have about 36, pretty much 37,000 students. Guys, that is pretty much a large institution. Yes, that's a very large institution. Goodness gracious. It's a 4-year course. It's public. It's in the city. It's large. So if you want to go here, be mindful, like staying off campus, you might have to stay on the outskirts of the city because the city is always more expensive than staying in the rural area. One of the reasons why I went to Valdosta State, went to the boonies, went to the country, because I knew I was going to save money in an apartment. It was one of the strategies. And I understood when I was going to graduate school real quick that living in the city of if I did want to live in the city of Atlanta, that was not gonna work. I wanted to stay on the outskirts. So I moved on the outskirts, and if I needed to ever go to the campus, I was gonna commute in. So Indiana University, Bloomington, they have a graduation rate of 81%. It's over the midpoint. It's over the 4-year college midpoint. It's over 58%. They got 81%. That means when you go here, you're more than likely going to pass. It doesn't mean they're just passing you along. It means like they set their schoolwork up to where you're learning and you're passing. So as we keep going, we go to the average annual cost. Remember, they're basing this off of financial aid. If you're going to get financial aid, I don't count on financial aid. Even though I used it as a student and undergraduate, I can't count on it. You never know. Especially with this administration, you never know. You need to have your own money set aside and know the real prices in case your financial aid get paused or something. And you start hurting. Now you're crying. So it's below that 20,000 mark. It's at 15,000, but we need to fact check it, right? This is why I love this. Look at them having fun. Look at them having fun at that nice stadium they got. You already know I'm gonna talk smack. So now, as you know, guys, I tell you all the time, there's always a magnifying glass on a campus website. If you don't see a magnifying glass, that's a problem. All you have to do is type in tuition. Oops, spelled that. Y'all probably like, he can't even spell tuition. Type in tuition and fees. That should come up. Look at there, first thing. I don't have time to click on them other tabs. I'm just trying to find the tuition. How much are you going to charge me to go here? I still don't see it yet. It says the Bloomington cost, the Columbus cost. Also, remember, we did an article earlier about the Northwest cost. But now we're doing Bloomington because this is the main campus, right? Most students are going to go to the main campus. So, international, look, they even got like, you're going to be international, you're going to be a U.S. student. You see, after everything going on with the Trump administration, everybody like, oh, I can't go to school. Look, they still anticipate international students to come. You got to go on the school websites and see it for yourself, guys. So based on this is what they're saying. No, I don't want to talk to your AI thingy. Right here, you got the direct cost. You got tuition and mandatory fees. They're saying if you're out of state, this is how much you're looking at. They're saying like tuition and mandatory fees, you're looking at $12,000, pretty much $12,200. Housing and food is about $14,000. Now, then they got right here, like books and supplies, personal expenses. If I was a school, I would take personal expenses out because you can't budget nobody personal expenses for them. And this part right, like you're just adding unnecessary extra costs. But what I know, they probably got sued for that or something. So I don't know. So this is what I always look for. I like this better. I don't like this. I don't know if that's factual. I like this. So undergraduate students, the cost of attendance for a full-time undergraduate student in 2025 to 2026. So they're talking about for the year, which is the year we're in now at the time of this recording. And so right here, as they said before, you're looking at $12,142. Real quick with the calculator. 12,000 200, I like to round things out, have solid numbers, divided by 2, you're looking at 6,100. If you are in this area and you are a resident of this area, you're only looking at $6,000 per semester. Now, granted, we haven't got to the housing and food, but housing and food, from what I'm looking at it, for residents, it's $14,000 for housing and food. So you know what that means? That's $7,000. I'm just gonna do 7,000 because I know 7 plus 7 is 14. So if you add 7 to that 6,100, that's $1,300. That's $13,000. Sorry, I said 1,300. That's $13,000 already for one semester. Then you got to factor in, they already put it right here at the bottom, actually. You're looking at 26,000. I just did the calculation for no reason. But if you do that calculation, always divide it by 2, because that's what you're looking at for the semester. Guys, that right there hurts you. This hurts you a lot. This is why I say you stay off campus, you get your little part-time job. Jobs are paying pretty well in most cases, part-time. You just got to learn how to budget. I'm giving you my experience. You don't think I went through at the post-COVID, at the 2020, I had to get a job, deal with the high rise of things like cars, especially getting a new car. That was the hardest part. I had to even sacrifice one of my own rules and lock in the car price because car prices were just getting out of hand. Like, I was a used car person and I wanted to get another used car, not from a dealership, but like a used car. They were even getting to the same price of a dealership. So the game changed on me a little bit, right? I was trying to use the same information my parents were giving me. So you gotta stay, when you're trying to get a debt-free degree or you're trying to strive for one, that's the goal, right? You have to stay off campus. Stay off campus. Stay with your parents. Stay with family. Or if it's really that hard, you got to get roommates. People got to learn how to get roommates. Are you scared to trust people? I can understand that. People are a little weird nowadays. People always been weird, honestly. In that regards, we're going to do it by semester, but they're saying 26,000. But on the College Scorecard, it says 15,000. They drop it by like $10,000. They're saying that's what your financial aid can do for you. So, but as we keep going, 6,000 not bad, but if you're a financial aid student requiring like Pell, for example, in this time it's like 7,000 max. They split your Pell divided by 2 is like 3,500 per semester. So you still got to come up with $3,000 unless you got that secondary. I don't know if Indiana does a secondary. I don't know if that city or state does a secondary. Our secondary is Hope in Georgia. I don't know if they do secondary. I don't got no Indiana people in the chat yet. So they're saying after you go to the school for 4 years, you can earn a salary of $64,000, which is very good because the 4-year midpoint is 53. They're saying after 10 years of being removed from the institution, you can make about $63,000 or more within that 10-year period, or $64,000. That's very good. It's very good. It's very good. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. $6,000 a semester. I don't know if Indiana is known for, like, I keep going, but I don't know what they're really known for besides sports, so we'll keep going on that. We talked about the cost, the average annual cost, graduation rate. We talked about graduation rate. They have a 90% retention rate. That's very good. They have a 90% retention rate. That means they're going to keep you after your first year. That means they're doing strategies to keep you there. Financial aid and debt, they're saying that you're going to get into, let me see what the I means. This only includes federal loans taken out at this college. So remember, financial aid, College Scorecard, they're talking about if you take out loans under FAFSA. So this number can be higher because if you hit your limit on taking out student loans, like they're saying this is what minimum. Either this is the minimum, like what you pull out. Let me see. Let me read it because I don't remember this being up here actually. Like this little glossary. It says the median federal loan debt of graduates of this college. This includes only federal loans taken out at this college and excludes private student loans. Parent plus loans. I think they took that away actually. And federal loans taken out at other colleges. So only at this college, you're looking at, like I said, 20,000 in loans as a median. They're saying you usually walk away with 20,000, you know, median. 20,000, that's what you're gonna walk off with. The typical total debt for undergraduate borrowers who complete college. Yeah, so 20,000 after you do 4 years of college here. That doesn't sound realistic because I don't know how we got $1 trillion in student loan debt then. Students receiving federal loans, they say 28%. Pretty good. It's not high. If that number was real high, then that'd be bad, but it's pretty low, I guess. And then you go to the typical earnings, right? And so as we see, they said 80%. That's pretty good because some Ivies got 85%. So they're saying like you have an 80% chance of earning more than a high school graduate, which is very good. Usually people who leave college, I think it's more of like, I want this job nowadays, and I'm not trying to take a job I don't want to do. I was in that realm at first. And then I had to take some jobs I didn't like to get to the job I love now, personally. And so remember, campus diversity, they didn't specify if there was a special place for institutions. So as you see, it's a majority white institution. The other statistics are low. But remember, always go to the school, guys. I will keep it the same. Always take a tour at the school and see for yourself. Always go to the school and see for yourself if it's a diverse campus, if it's a inclusive campus for you. You see what I did there? I did it backwards, but just see. Some students like to be around different cultures when they go to college. So just take a look. It might be the one for you. And so it says right here, they have an 80% acceptance rate. It says Indiana University, Bloomington has an acceptance rate of 80%. Bloomington, they say they consider SAT, ACT scores during the application process, but does not require them. Why do they not require them? Because, at least on this website, the reason they do not require them, some schools have added back SAT and ACT as requirements, but they don't require them because they need students to go to their school. Unless universities start shrinking, they need students. And I don't think they're ever going to shrink. And it says right here, these are the test score ranges. You can also find this and use this tool as a public website. It's a public tool. So after thinking about everything as we went through, guys, I don't know who's the Noble alumni here. Indiana University, Bloomington. Who are the Noble alumni? They don't even show me the Noble alumni. They have a 4.4 rating on Google, I guess. But I think they're in that. Hold on right quick. Y'all might laugh at me real quick before I give them a rating. Yeah, they are up here. Okay, y'all probably seen that. So they are considered a very respectful research institution. So if you can go to this school for only $6,000, I'm going to say something. I don't know what their graduate prices look like, but I'm going to say this. I paid about $3,000 in undergraduate. If I could have paid, if I'd have known this and I lived in that area and I could have went to a school that's respected, as you noticed, I don't think there's no Georgia school up here besides Georgia Tech. And Georgia Tech is not really, it's more engineer based. But if I could have went to a school that's like research based, I don't know what Indiana University is known for, but they're charging $6,000. And I'm anticipating I'm paying out of pocket. I'm anticipating I got to get $6,000 up to pay for school every semester. If you don't stay on campus at their school, you're looking at about $6,000 a semester, which is not bad. That means depending on what they're really known for, I think Mark Cuban went to this school. Yeah, he went to this school. Yeah. I knew this school sounded familiar. So actually, I know a couple of people that went to their business school and stuff. Let's make them an A. I changed the rating. I'll cut that out, but I'm gonna change the rating to an A. This school is an A because actually I remember Mark Cuban saying in an interview that he chose Indiana University because they was like the cheapest but best business school. That's why he went there. And like I said, they have very good prices. I almost gave them a B. And they're ranked in this association. So they're highly respected for their research. They get an A.
We done.
Debt-free degree. They celebrating debt, but we ain't.